All right, listen up, and no one gets hurt.
This is a podcast that focuses on crimes and scams where no one physically is harmed. This is a podcast for information and entertainment purposes only. Nothing in this podcast should be taken as legal advice.
So listen up, and no one gets hurt.
You already said that.
All right, well, don't forget to like and subscribe, and in the comments, tell us which scam you'd like us to cover next.
Thank you. Welcome back to another episode of No One Gets Hurt Pod. This week we have with us, I think I would consider him a long-distance cousin of mine, a Croatian cousin, if you will.
Yep.
He's everybody's Croatian cousin. It's Stanko Zovac.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks
What's
for having
up,
me,
dog?
guys.
Thanks for coming out, man. We're going to have a good time today.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this.
I'm high on caffeine and THC and no sleep, so we'll see where it goes.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And you're doing herbal tea, so you don't like the caffeine?
Is that what honestly, you said, do I want coffee or tea? And like, I don't drink either of those.
Oh.
So I was just like, tea, because it's, no caffeine or whatever. So like, I don't even know what you got me and what that is.
It's chamomile and it's herbal, so there's no caffeine in it.
Okay, that's what. Yeah. Okay, that's like when you're sick, you drink that.
I mean,
no?
Sure, or you're just like trying to be chill. Maybe like.
All right, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be chill.
Yeah. Tonio uses a different kind of herb to get chill.
You better believe it.
It's called cotton candy and cereal milk, or what was it? What is it?
It's no, cereal milk is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, that's the vape cartridge flavor thing, or
no, it's a weed strain.
Oh, it's a strain of weed.
But basically, a lot of weed strains are like food names now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Cotton candy. Ooh, is there a funnel cake already?
Ooh.
I don't know.
I think that would be.
I would smoke funnel cake.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's birthday cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
One time my parents went out. I have older brothers. My brothers are like 9 and 11 years older than me. And my parents had gone out of town for vacation or whatever. And my oldest brother decided, this is the 80s. He's like, it's time for me to make funnel cake at home. And so he tried to make funnel cake at home. And my mom comes home from vacation and was like, why is there like smoke on the walls? And he's like, because we don't use how to deep fry like dough. I don't know. Like it's you have to like know what you're doing,
Well, yeah, you don't even need to deep fry it though. You only need like
he
much.
was always experimenting.
Probably had a whole pot full of like he was frying chicken.
I played the fifth. I don't know. But I was only probably like 4 or 5. So yeah, and he was in charge of watching me as well. So
was there a successful one at all?
No, but see, he worked at Knott's Berry Farm, and so he bought the funnel cake mix from Knott's Berry Farm and thought like, oh, how hard could it be? It's like it's a little. There's some skill to it.
Yeah,
so.
it's a little bit of technique in there.
Yeah. So, so speaking of, we were talking about food and in Croatia. Like, what do you think are some of the Croatian foods that you'd recommend Americans try?
Man, like if you're over here, if you go over there to Croatia.
Eat both. Give us both.
Because there's not too many options, especially here in LA. There's not a lot of Croatian restaurants, but there's like that whole region by Croatia. Like they all have ćevapi, which is like I probably get a lot of hate for calling it a sausage, so I won't. But it's like actually I posted a TikTok the other day and like I said something about it and I got all these comments like it's not a sausage, dude. How can you say that? Like you're so American and all this stuff. But it's like
we're gonna edit this to make you look so pro sausage.
It's sausage. No, I mean it's ground beef and lamb and pork, like all ground mixed together into a log.
That's a sausage.
That's a sausage, right?
That's a sausage.
Or brat.
I'll die on that hill.
Exactly. So I mean, we got no other word to call it, but like it's that, and you can have it in like a bread with like some. Well, how would you?
Like you would eat a sausage, perhaps?
It's a sausage. I don't know why people get mad for calling it that, but that's really good. And then there's like a lot of roasted lamb, like on the spit, where it turns and stuff, and that's real good. And then there's some like specific type where they get like a big dish and they put a bunch of potatoes and carrots, and then whatever meat you want. You can do lamb, you can do octopus, you can do beef, whatever. You put the lid on it. You put it in like a big fire pit, and then you shovel the coals on top of the lid, and there's like a ring around it, so like the coals all stay covered. And then when it's done, you just take the coals off, lift up the lid, and then it's done in there.
Oh wow!
It's like a stew.
No, it's not like a stew. You pour olive oil and stuff, and so that's the only liquid, so it gets like a little moist.
Coagulated.
But, yeah, but it's not like you don't eat it with a spoon. You know, it's still like, but there's just the meat and the potatoes and carrots and onions. Like it cooks together so well, and somehow it like cooks really even because all the coals are evenly spread on top.
I have to try that because I have a fire pit in my house that like would work perfectly for that.
Huh?
Yeah, I have a pot that would fit in there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to try that.
All you need is that like bell lid thing that somehow
it's got one of those too.
Yeah,
yeah.
What do you cook in there? You just got like grandfathered into this fire pit? Like
it's just a fire pit. Like we just have fires in it.
It's like an outdoor one, or it's like covered.
No, it's like an outdoor fucking. You can move it. It's about the size of that table.
Okay,
but it's deep.
Yeah. So
I would be able to put a pot in there with the coals, and then I have a grate that'll go on top to keep it there.
Yeah, you should try that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
It's really good.
And then
I love to cook, bro.
Yeah.
I get down in the kitchen. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? I get this way eating bad foods.
You got to make some funnel cakes and fire roasted. That'd be cool. Fire roasted funnel cake.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. That'd be interesting.
I'll try anything once, as long as it's not in a needle.
Okay. Dark turns.
You gotta specify.
All right. Well, changing topics a little bit. When I have gotten the opportunity to perform with you, I've noticed that you're really good at crowd work. How do you think you've worked at that? Like, is it just you grew up in a family where you had to fight for yourself to be funny, or is it something that you developed?
I will say I'm the funniest in my family, so I'm not going to agree with you there that I had to fight with that. But no, I don't. I mean, I appreciate you saying that. I don't think my crowd work is anything that it's like something that I've recently started to try and like actually focus on instead of just, you know, by accident getting a couple good things in there. So it's still something I'm working on, and I really can't even give advice because I'm still trying to figure it out myself. But a lot of the times I'm just, you know, it's something I'll use it to lead into the next joke. So like I know it's like about the topic. So if it goes bad, I can just sort of go into my joke anyways.
That's
and
smart.
if there's something, you know, good there, I can just keep working on that. And
How long have you been doing comedy?
About 4 years now.
Okay.
Sort of on and I started doing comedy in LA for like a couple months and then went to Croatia for 3 years. And so
I didn't realize you lived there for 3 years.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So most of my comedy
there? Yeah.
Or I guess at this point now most is in LA, but I did like a few months of comedy, just like a couple open mics and stuff in LA. Went to Croatia first year and a half I was there, didn't do anything, and then I found like an open mic in English over there. So I started doing comedy over there. So I probably did a little bit over a year in Croatia.
It's a big scene over there? Or?
No. It was small. It's like just getting, like the generation before me was like the first stand-up comic generation in Croatia. And like, so at shows, they'd like explain to the audience how it works. Because over there, they tell a lot of, it's kind of like, you know, a guy walks into a bar type of joke it's like street jokes that are passed around. And like, they're big on that. And they'd have to explain to people like, these people are writing their own jokes. Like, it's not these street jokes. Laugh out loud if something's funny. Laugh and clap if it's... So, like, they're starting from scratch, explaining it. At one point, I started making up my own rules. I'm like, you know, don't forget to tip your comics after the show. That's how we do it. So the scene's, like, pretty new over there. At least, you know, a few years ago when I was doing that. And now it's become more popular. I mean, comedy all over the world now. Everyone's seeing the clips and stuff.
It really is blowing up. I felt like it wasn't a small scene back in the day, but like compared to now, there's so many people doing it, and then there's so many people doing it at a high level. Back, like, you know what I mean, you had a few people at a time that were doing it at that level. Now there's so fucking many.
You mean locally or like
no, I mean like at the highest levels. Yeah, there's so many people that have made it that far now.
I think that it probably was a lot of people doing it, just that we weren't seeing it because it was like the sitcom decided who was going to be, like Roseanne was going to be, or Seinfeld's going to be the person, or the movies. This is who's going to be. You know, they plucked from the clubs, but I don't think there was like the access, and there probably wasn't the number of clubs as well.
Well, yeah, it was pre-social media days, so like you still had to be discovered. By somebody at that time. Now you could post a video on TikTok or Instagram, and just by happenstance, you're fucking famous in the morning.
Yeah, and I think it's it's an interesting thing because you having this element to you, the Croatian element to you, like people that live in America that have the, Yugoslavian background will relate to you. And I think a lot of your stories aren't necessarily just for the Yugoslavian. And I say that, I know it's not Yugoslavia, but like I'm just saying, like
You're gonna get me killed over here.
I know. I mean, like, I don't have to
If my
say.
grandma sees this, she's gonna cut my head
But
off.
I'm just saying, Croatia, Bosnia Herzegovina, Serbian, all of the the groups. I feel like it's beyond that too. Like I feel like Greek and Macedonian and Italian would probably all understand and relate as well. Very similar background of like, for instance, like my mom being like half Croatian, like a lot of her family stories for me, it's like, I will talk to my Greek friends about it, and it's very, very similar. So I'm saying like you have that built in where like some of your jokes may be starting from the point of just being Croatian, but it would be relatable to other people, I think.
Yeah, I think Greek definitely. There's a lot of carryover. My mom's Italian, so I've got that background as well. And I mean, they share Italy and Greece and Croatia. They all share the Adriatic Sea, so it's all Mediterranean.
Right.
So but it is nice to have like, I mean, because that's what you want in comedy too. Like you want to be able to relate to the audience, or something that they can relate to. So that does help. And when you have people, because I've got my show Croatian Roots American Problems, so like when you have those people in the audience, like and everyone can relate to what you're talking about, like that's super helpful.
Right. I think that's awesome. So very, very cool. So this is where I'm going to tell you the crime that I brought today. So if you haven't already
you look pretty excited. I'm intrigued.
well, if you can't already tell, we're talking about Croatia, right?
Yeah.
So maybe my crime involves Croatia.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're going to take this to actually Ohio, which is actually where my Croatian family's from. So that's where they lived. Yeah. So this is in a suburb near Cleveland, and we're dealing with St. Paul Croatian Federal Credit Union. It's a bank. So this happens in like around 1999 through 2012. That's when it starts. I think 2010 is when the FBI starts to get involved. But we have a federal union credit bank that's giving loans to the community. And the reason why it's the Croatian bank is because the neighborhood that they're in happens to be mostly Croatian. So the bank is trying to help the locals to, start businesses, buy a home, the American dream, etc. Right? So that's what it's there for. But the COO decides he's going to use it in a different way. So his name is Raguz. His last name is Raguz. Now, I don't know. His name is Anthony Raguz. Now, I don't know if he's Croatian or not. I don't know if any of these individuals. I know one of the individuals is from Macedonia, but the rest of them, I'm not sure if they're.
He's probably the bad guy.
He's one. There's a lot of bad guys in this case. So yeah. So, but basically, Anthony Raguz is giving out loans to individuals, and he is getting bribes in return. So he's basically saying, you give me money and I'm going to give you a loan, right? So one of the things that he's doing is well, let's back up. What do you think is the most dangerous Croatian institution other than a bank?
Do y'all have an IRS? Because that'll be it.
You know what? I was over there 3 years, never paid taxes over there, so I don't know.
I'm fucking applying for a fucking visa immediately.
I think they've got some agreement with the U.S., and that's why I just pay the American taxes.
That's
probably better to pay Croatian taxes. You get healthcare and stuff over there. I'd rather do it over there. I don't know. Most dangerous institution. Jeez.
I feel like there's a Croatian mob. Come on.
They got their mafia people over there. I won't say too much. I won't name names over here. But,
well, so this bank though, wouldn't you think a Croatian bank that says it in its name, like we're trying to help people? Do you think people would be like more like they would be trustworthy of the bank, right? Like you'd be like, I feel like this is going to be a good institution to invest in, right?
Like a regular average Joe, I guess.
Yeah. So the credit union has about 5,400 members, and they at the beginning of this, they're just doing their business as they're supposed to do. And in the end, they had assets in the amount of like supposedly 238 million at the end of 2009.
Dollars or
What did I say?
238 million.
Yeah, dollars.
Oh.
Yeah, well, assets. So yeah, I mean,
In their little bank?
yeah, it's supposed to be a tiny little bank, exactly.
Okay.
So, so Anthony Raguse is the chief operating officer, and he issued more than 1,000 fraudulent loans, totaling more than 70 million to 300 accounts.
And these people were paying him for a loan.
Yes.
Seems counterintuitive.
I don't understand.
So here's what he would do. Somebody would come in, like someone, we'll get to those people in a minute, but someone would come in and give him a brown paper bag filled with $100 bills. And they'd be like, I need a loan. And then he would give them a loan. So he wasn't making, like, he ended up accepting more than $1 million in bribes and kickbacks and gifts.
That's not really a lot, I guess.
No, I know.
It's like the grand scheme of compared to some things that we've seen.
I agree.
Over our time doing this podcast, it's really fucking, like, it's obviously a shitload of money.
Yeah, I was just saying,
Yeah.
compared to my
But
income, that's
yeah, but it's
that.
like fucking chump change compared to some of these guys, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems a little suspicious if you're going into a bank with a brown paper bag, right? I mean,
But I mean, would you just carry it in there like it's your lunch, or like, you know what I mean? Wouldn't you not have it in a jacket pocket or a backpack or a briefcase or something?
unfortunately, the FBI documents that I reviewed don't exactly tell how he brought it in, but people would
That's
bring
fair.
him
They don't want to give people the fucking blueprints to do it again.
probably. But he was giving the loans to people who were unemployed or had no assets. So that becomes part of the problem. Now, if I came into the bank and I was like, you know what, I want a loan for $400,000, what would be some of the questions you might ask me?
I guess the first thing I would do is check your credit score,
Okay.
and I would check you have an account at my bank.
I'm opening an account.
You're opening an account.
Yeah, I don't
at my
have an
bank.
account there yet. I'm
Okay,
like,
then-
I'm coming to you and I'm saying I need $400,000. What are some questions you might ask me?
Very first thing I'm going to do is check your credit score, and then I'm going to ask you what you plan to do with the money, and ask you how you plan to pay it back. So I would require like some bank statements showing me that you bring revenue in. That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah. What about? Do you have any other ideas?
You know, the only thing I know about loans is from that movie Yes Man. Jim Carrey, you remember that?
I don't know what that is.
Jim
You ever
Carrey.
seen that one?
I don't think so. Huh?
Oh man,
He like has to say yes to everything anyone asks him.
Okay.
I forget how.
it's
however
a
that happened.
very niche movie, but
Okay.
I fuck with
It's
it.
a good one.
I
What?
love
But he's
Jim
like
Carrey.
a loan officer
Yeah.
or whatever, and so like he gives all the loans because he has to say yes, and everyone's asking him for loans, and then he gets fired or something because you're not supposed to just give out loans to anyone. So I guess I don't really understand. I guess you have to have some sort of proven model of being able to pay that back because if you need the money, like obviously you don't have the money, but you're gonna have to prove that at some point you're gonna be able to
Yep.
pay all that back. So you have to have whatever, like what you said, what's your plan to do with the money and how are you going to make that money back plus interest?
Well, right, but like employment stubs, like like how much you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like bank records and things like that. Yeah.
Right, and how long have you been employed there?
Things that I've been asked when I asked for a loan.
Right, like how long have you been working there? Maybe a couple references to
Yeah.
confirm like you've been in the community for
References
however
is
long.
smart, yeah.
Right.
What was Anthony asking?
Oh, he wasn't asking anything because he didn't care. He didn't care.
I figured as much.
Yeah, it was.
Approved.
Do you have? No, he was asking, "Where's the brown paper bag?"
Yeah. You're not gonna use this for anything illegal, right?
Wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking.
But then when some of the loans were not getting, let me back up. So he's giving these loans, right? And then don't you think that like the parent company, the Federal Credit Union is going to be like, wait a second, all this money's going out, but nothing's coming back in, right? Because you have to make payments on the loan.
Right.
You can't just take money and not make
Right. At
your
some
monthly
point, somebody's
payments.
gonna see that. Hey, we're losing money.
Right. Right. So what Mr. Raguse would do is he would have those individuals come and take out another loan to start paying back the first loan off. It was called a reset. They would do a reset.
Sounds like Ponzi scheme
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, it's
Pretty smart.
basically a Ponzi scheme. So yeah. So in the bank starts like losing so much money that the parent company starts to investigate, and it's basically there's a federal agency that it's called NCUA. They check on the regulating, insuring federal credit unions. They have a watchdog investigating unit called NCUA OIG. I don't like. We're just I'm just giving background information basically, and then they get the FBI, IRS, or Department of Justice involved to do the investigation. So
I
basically,
know those ones.
yeah, those ones. You know those ones, right? So basically, the FBI and the IRS come to the NCUA, the overlord of the bank, right? And they're like, hey, it looks like there's some criminal activity going on. And they start to do an in-depth examination on the fraud. And they're asking Raguse for the statements like, hey, what's going on? So every time they'd be like, hey, like, we need to understand how these assets are lining up. He'd go, yeah. I'll get those to you tomorrow. And then he'd go to the bank, and then they would start redoing the paperwork, so that way they were just basically pushing it down the road. So then the books would be adding up, but there was no money there. So then it would just further delay the situation. So
That's exactly how my stepdad ran his electrical company.
Oh, really?
Oh, he was a fucking crook, dude. he was a criminal.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. He did like, I want to say like 210,000 1 year, and like the expenditures was almost nothing because we were just tearing fucking Lowe's and Home Depot apart.
Oh yeah, he's explained this before.
Yeah, like
the books.
the expenditures for fucking like materials was probably like maybe 10 grand the whole year. Yeah,
one
dog. And we did a lot of business.
Yeah, that's some good profit margins.
Yeah, 10 grand might have covered like 4 jobs that we did, and we had business all year.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, so as they're doing the investigation, they're realizing that also none of these loans are secured by any assets. So there's nothing that they can actually collect. So they're not being paid back. There's no assets that they can, foreclose on or
Right,
whatnot.
because they didn't offer up any collateral. They offered up a money bag.
Right. So that's basically how the FBI gets involved. But some of the interesting things is that there's so many individuals. Like I tried to dig down on like how many different individuals there were, and it's an endless list of people. All right. So one of the guys named Sado Satka. I don't know.
Probably the Macedonian guy.
Actually, no.
It's not. Just hoping that he's the worst of them.
No. The Macedonian is Koljo Nikolovsky.
All right, I can see that.
So now of interest to me is that he actually, we'll start with him since that's the interest. Okay, so he was a major borrower and he had been involved in fraud and laundering of money, and his sentence was 10 years and 8 years, but instead of running at the same time, they are consecutive. Right.
Yeah.
So it was 18 years. So there's concurrent sentences where like they run at the same time, and then there's concurrent, which means that like they stack. So if you get two sentences in one's 10 years, one's 18 years, you actually are doing 18 years.
But the other one
Would be
you're just taking the longer of the two
Yeah,
sentences.
so like if
basically?
you get a concurrent sentence, let's say they sentence you to 10 years, 8 years, 7 years, and 4 years. You'll only do 10 because it's all running together.
Well, then how do you get that one as opposed to the one that stacks?
It depends on the charges. So basically what you're charged with. So like if it's something like really bad where someone gets hurt, a lot of times those don't run concurrently. They'll run consecutively because they want to ensure that you're not going to get out,
Okay.
Mine were consecutive. They weren't concurrent at all.
Well, his were, you did some scary stuff. So
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I did. I broke into a house with a gun.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You know, I would want that to be to the stack too. If someone did that to me, to be fair.
Yeah.
And a 7-Eleven, but you know.
I didn't go in the 7-Eleven.
Oh, I thought you did.
I just drove. I just drove for that one.
Okay.
And I shouldn't have because I was on so much Xanax. We could have died that night.
Yeah.
Somebody, like, in hindsight, we could have died. The guy whose house it was, like, I feel terrible about it. I joke about it, but, like, you know what I mean? I'm not bragging. I fucking feel awful about it.
How long ago was that?
Yeah, he just got out last week, so I'm just kidding.
What? I was gonna say, I was on a show with him a month ago.
This is actually part of his community service thing.
Is this podcast?
Yeah, this podcast.
But I'm going to need you to sign off on my hours, though.
As part of the parole agreement. Yeah, 16 years later, man. Yeah, you got some.
No, I'm actually the parole officer, so I I forced him to be here. So
Yeah, they could keep me.
sense.
They could have kept me on probation till 2056.
That long?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was thinking, it's like, no way you'd still be on parole 16 years later. But
No, I got off of like probation in like a year and a half. I did all my requirements, paid all my fines and restitutions and whatnot. But they could have kept me for fucking 40 years, dude. Yeah, I still have. What year is it? 2026. So I still have like 30 years over my head right now.
that's insane.
Yeah, so like if I fuck up in California, I'm gonna do the time in California, and then Virginia's gonna fucking pluck me out of here, and I could do up to 30 years there.
Really?
Yeah.
And you'd finish everything over there, whatever left over that they didn't give you.
Yeah,
the
well
parole time?
they could give me in Virginia they call it life on the installment plan. So they'll put a fuck ton of fucking years over your head. So if you fuck up, they can give you 5 more years, let you go home and fuck up again, give you 10, fucking, or depending on the severity of the crime, they could smack you with all of it at once. Yeah,
Jeez.
so I'm not stealing a Snickers bar no time soon.
Can't do anything now.
well, back to the Macedonian. So he ends up the way he got his sentence was he pled guilty, okay? And then after he got his sentence, he I think is the only one from my research appealed the sentence. So basically he wrote
Surprise.
yeah, Macedonians, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have no
Classic
idea.
Macedonian appealing your sentence. It's well-known stereotype over there.
I'm just taking your word for it, dog.
Actually, I have no beef with the Macedonians.
Yeah,
I don't mind being racist against white people. I'm all right with it.
Wait, but that's what you should do, right? Appeal or like.
Yo, absolutely,
Right?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, he pled guilty to it. So he
Can you appeal a guilty plea?
Well, that's what. Well, I mean, can you? Yes. Can you sue anybody for any reason? Yes, but like doesn't mean you're gonna win.
Right,
You know what I mean?
but I didn't know
Doesn't really
like
make
that was a
sense.
possibility.
He appealed it. Yeah. So yeah, he appealed it, and they were like, "No, you pled. This is part of your plea agreement. So no,
that you
you
pled
don't
guilty.
get to undo what you agreed to." So yeah. But yeah, so he had 18 years, but he his situation wasn't as bad as some other people. He's one of the worst though, but yeah. So Anthony, the COO who got $1 million, he ended up getting 14 years. He pled guilty. There was another guy named Moko Nicoli, and he got 27 months. He pled guilty for bank fraud and laundering. Then Sato Satka, his family, he's the one that put the money in the brown paper bag. He actually, so he recruited another guy named JP, not our JP, but JP, and basically told JP, you give money to Raguz and he's going to give you a loan. All right. So he goes with JP and JP, we don't know who JP is because he's only known to the grand jury and his information is not, he was never charged. So whoever JP is,
he snitched.
He probably,
He told.
yeah.
Damn right he did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there ain't that motherfucker's under witness protection right now, boy. He told it all. They know what kind of coffee that man drank. Like, He told him everything.
Yeah,
That
so
motherfucker
some-
wears tighty whities. His socks don't match. His wife is a bitch. Like, he went in and he was laundering money. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. Well, I want to know the size brown paper bag they use because apparently the amount of money in the bribe of cash in the brown paper bag, $90,000.
$90K.
Now, how much of a loan were they getting though?
That's what I'm
for
wondering.
that?
At one point, he got so Saka in total, his family got $4.4 million.
In loans? Okay. Now, was that one loan or do you know?
It was I had broken up
Over
into
the
multiple,
time?
yeah,
Okay.
and I think that maybe the JP loan was included in that. But Sacco was actually very interesting. So what he was doing was he was creating businesses that he was making the loans for, right? And I believe that he was also there's so many people. I think bear with me here, but I think he was one of the ones that was in jail. I think no, he's a different guy. Sorry, there's so many people, so many
Get it
people.
together, JJ.
I know, my apologies. You know what? Let me just quit my job and just do this full time. You know what I mean?
We could just cut it here.
The job that helps support the situation because this makes no money. So.
Yet.
So you bring a brown paper bag.
I
and-
know. But if you like and subscribe, and all you have to do is hit the subscribe button below here. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps us out, helps you feel good about it. So
Perfectly legal too.
all legal.
Completely legal.
Yes.
This is not legal advice, but hitting that sub button is totally legal.
So Saka and JP, they create these like businesses, right? And Saka, one of the things he did was he bought a piece of property, commercial property, for $460,000. All right. So then he has JP go get a loan, and then Sako sells the $460,000 commercial property to JP within like I think it was 13 months. All right, it's like roughly, let's say like a year or 2 years, right?
At least they didn't do it like 13 days later.
True.
That was a bit smart.
What do you think would be like a reasonable amount to pay for a building that was just sold for $460,000? Like, what do you think would be like reasonable?
Did they like renovate it or
There's nothing-
it's
no,
the
I don't-
same exact building?
I believe it's the same exact building.
Then
yeah.
I'm paying $460,000 for it. That's it.
A year later, there might be some.
Okay,
then
I might offer
bit more.
400.
400.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
If you haven't done anything to it, it's going down, right?
Well, Cleveland. I'm not sure what the property.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I mean, any spot you could buy for $460K. That's here in LA. That'd be a steal. But I don't know. Maybe it increased a little bit. I don't know, 500, maybe $600K max.
Yeah, 600, because that would be like under the radar, right? Like okay, like 600. That seems like
For a building.
Make a
yeah.
little bit of
sure,
money off
yeah,
it.
no. JP spent $3 million.
Jeez.
So that's another kickback scheme, right? Because then Sacco's getting all that money from the loan that he got from the bank to buy the building. So it's a tangled web, basically, is what I'm saying. So
And then the guy that bought it had to pay $3 million. No.
right, but he got the loan from the St. Paul Croatian Federal
For that
Union
reason.
for that reason.
And then he doesn't pay back the loan.
Nobody pays back the loan. Like barely, if anybody paid back, it was like very minimal at best.
Huh.
Yeah. So, but he got a property
So now
out
he's
of
got
it.
this property.
He's got the property out of it. But the other thing that Sacco was doing and JP was very smart was they created this network of businesses. So then that way each business was able to get different loans, right? So like what if you were coming up with some fake business names, what would you come up with, do you think?
I've always wanted to have an edible company
Okay.
that it's all like pies and cakes and shit, and I was gonna call it baked goods
I like
That's a
that.
good
That's
name.
good.
because you get baked and everything's baked. It's like a double entendre. Thought that was pretty smart.
But that would be
I
your
like that.
fake business?
Yeah.
Like you actually don't do it.
No, yeah, that's fine. I already have the idea. I don't need to come up with another idea.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good one. I like that.
What do you got?
Well, you said it's a real bad. Make it sound like it's called the business store or something. Just like a Vegas thing.
Yeah, that company.
I just you could name it anything. Like business names are so crazy these days. You could name it anything. What kind of business was it?
There is no business.
Well, what don't they have to declare like?
Well,
On
I mean, it's just
forms
like
that
you're just
it's-
like ABC widgets, and that's basically all. You don't have to say like
Is
that's
that what you would name your
anything.
company? ABC
It's a good
Widgets?
one.
no, I'm using that. I'm using
Sketchiest.
that. I'm using that as an example, but yeah, no. So one of them was coming up with like celebrity limousine or John Victor Model Agency or
Those don't sound too bad.
Yeah, I like those.
And then one of them created, I thought was very smart, was like I think it was like the Cleveland Company. I'm getting it wrong, but it was like the Cleveland Group. I think it was like the Cleveland Group, but then it was like flooring division, excavation division.
That's genius.
Yes,
That's
yes.
fucking smart.
One of the companies though was called BS Construction.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, dude. That's perfect. Hide in plain
homage,
sight. Yeah. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. But one of the other individuals that I wanted to talk about before we exit this story is now I'm never gonna say his last name correctly, but it's Jism. That's the first name.
I'm not mature enough to not laugh at that.
Seljiki, I think is how you say it, but I could be wrong. So this guy actually hit the mothership in terms of sentencing, and I think he's the only one that was actually found guilty. I
And you
believe.
said this all took. I'm sorry. You said this all took place in 1999.
I think that the loans
Ish.
kind of started in 1999, but this all came to a head in 2010.
Damn, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I wonder how long they were going before like somebody caught on to them.
Yeah, I think my guess. I'm only basically limited to
Speculating,
FBI press releases is how I figured this whole case out. And like part of it would be like they would say this is like for the grand jury, so it's not like that these weren't necessarily proven. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is like the preemptive press release, and then there'd be like the post conviction or post plea agreement press release. So it's a little scattered, but I think that they were all so basically like 2010. And one more time, what was the question again? Sorry, your question you'd asked.
I wonder how long that they went before they someone caught on
Sorry.
to them.
So my thought was most likely is it was in 1999 probably through 2004. It's probably very small loans that were probably under the radar. Probably my guess. I don't know, but like probably like 5,000 here, 100,000 there. Stuff that like you could probably cover up pretty easily. But then as the pigs become hogs, the money starts to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And I did see something that I think it was Sadka. It could have been Seljiki. I don't remember, but one of them went and threatened Raghu's family, like allegedly to give them the loan. Like, if you don't do the loan, I know where you live, kind of a thing.
Damn.
So yeah, so the brown paper bag became something different.
Yeah.
So, but the reason why Jism Seljiki was interesting to me is that he received over $10.6 million in loans, and he gave over 200,000 in bribes to Raghu, or Raghu's, however you say his name. But he received 25 years in prison.
Damn.
And he I think was the only one that was actually convicted. So everybody else, from what I could tell, pled guilty.
They were in the feds?
Oh yeah, federal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I found the most interesting about Seljiki is that he started his loan operation with Raghu's in about 2003. All right, that's fine. And then in 2004, for unrelated criminal reasons, he was in prison. So he was in prison for 6 years approximately, 4 to 6 years approximately. And he was directing other people to go to the bank to get loans. So he was operating it while he was in prison, got out of prison, and kept doing it after prison. So
That's the same thing a lot of drug dealers do.
Yeah.
They'll get locked up, come in, and then they'll have people bring them the drugs. Sometimes it's a CO, sometimes it's, somebody that comes to visit them, keep pumping drugs, go home and fucking do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yep. Huh.
So the biggest sentences were 18 years and 25 years. And then the guy who was at the head, the one that got $1 million, 14 years. I mean, none of it's worth it. You shouldn't do that, period. But for $1 million,
Yeah.
14
How much
years.
time? 14 years?
Yeah.
No.
So that's less than 100,000 a year. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you could make that with a good job.
Now, if we're talking
14
like
years.
$1 million a year,
Yeah.
I'll go to jail for a few years.
Yeah.
Come home, fucking do like 3 years, and come home to $3
Well,
million.
if you get to keep it, yeah. If you,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, most of them also have to pay restitution. So one of the guys had to pay something like $72 million back in restitution.
Damn.
So yeah.
Mine was like $7,000.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So that bank is no longer in existence and it's out. So that's what happened to that St. Paul Croatian Federal Credit Union in Eastlake, Ohio. So yeah.
And they got caught up because somebody noticed that the transactions were off.
Basically, the parent of the bank, the parent banking, the Federal Credit Union that like basically gives the money, or whatever the transaction would be called, the money was wondering like, why aren't we getting, because if you think about it, loans are supposed to be investments, right? Like the bank is supposed to make money based at the interest rate, right? And then if they are not making money and you're not paying it back and you've given the warnings that you're obligated to give, then you foreclose on the property.
Right.
But there's no payments or limited payments being made. And then on top of that, they couldn't foreclose on anything except for maybe a couple of commercial properties, it sounds like, but not to the tune of, $3 million. When you're spending $3 million for a building that's worth $460,000, like
that's like clearly fucking money laundering.
Yeah. So most of the charges were conspiracy, money laundering, bank fraud. I think a couple of them had like lying to a banking institution.
Surprised there's no wire fraud. I guess it was too early for wire fraud, perhaps.
I think
I don't know when wiring money started.
Well, you don't have to. I think it's when it's crossing state lines is for wire fraud as part of it. Yeah. So they were. This is all in Ohio. Okay. So maybe that's why there was no wire fraud. I don't do criminal law, so I can't comment on it. But yeah, it was money laundering, conspiracy. Those are like the big ticket items. So yeah, bank fraud. Yeah. So so that's my story, and you can redeem the Croatian people with your comedy.
That's a fair.
The whole country's counting on you, bro. You're like that one country in the Olympics that has one competitor. Like, you know what I mean? A few of the countries I've seen, they have one, and like, bro, if you're the only competitor from your country, you better fucking win.
Yeah.
You have to win.
If you're the only one, you're probably not going to win. It's probably your country's not that good.
This is all we got. We just wanted to march in the parade.
That's true. That is sad when you see all the ceremonies that they're all walking, and then it's just one dude holding his
and it's
flag.
like a fucking badminton or fucking ping pong
Some
guy.
random little from the Vatican City or something.
And most likely it's an American that didn't qualify for the American team, and then
has some heritage. Yeah.
And they're like, my great uncle on my mom's side.
That's fucking funny.
You know what, though? I have to say, a lot of those names you were saying didn't sound Croatian, so I don't want to take any of the blame for the story here.
No, Ragu sounds kind of Italian. I mean, I don't know.
Surprise, we know you were in on it. James, come and arrest him. He's an undercover cop, actually. You're going to jail, buddy.
There was an Eddie Zai. Oh, he was the one that made the Cleveland group. So Eddie Zai made the Cleveland group. So my apologies, Mr. Saka.
Good name for the record.
Mr. Saka and JP, my bad. It was actually Eddie Zai that came up with the Cleveland group. So
welcome to the Correction Corner.
Yeah, Correction Corner live and in person. He received approximately $16.7 million in the fraud. So yeah,
a lot of money.
He got 7 years in prison. Yeah. So yeah, no, I agree. Most of them sounded more. There was Nicoli. Sounded a little more Italian. Sato Saka, I thought maybe Japanese, but I couldn't find pictures or any ethnic information background on any of them. The only one that had the ethnic background was the Macedonian. So yeah.
Surprise. No, I'm just kidding.
Or Macedonians taking a hit for no reason on this podcast.
For absolutely no reason, because I don't even know where that country is.
It's just south of Croatia.
I don't know where the fuck that's at.
It's north of Greece. It's east of Italy.
Okay, I could point those out on a map.
Yeah, Italy. I always compare it to Italy because people usually know.
I know where the boot is. Okay.
Yeah.
The stiletto.
And to our Macedonian friends out there, add us, like tell us what we got wrong today, and we'll make sure to put it in the correction corner next time.
Yeah, let's argue in the comments. I'm down. I don't got nothing else to do all day. She's fully employed. I sit on my ass all day. So let's. I'm just kidding.
I'm somewhere in between. So.
So he's got time to argue part time. He'll start it, but he's not gonna finish it. Okay.
But before we get to your crime, I will say I posted.
Oh, you got a crime too?
I do.
Oh, so we got 2 crimes.
Yeah,
We do.
yeah,
Oh man! All right, here.
Hell
I'm
yeah, I
ready
got
to...
6 felonies in one night, bro. 2 crimes is
Jeez.
fucking chump change.
I didn't realize.
I posted the one about from the Mikey Barajas episode where Steve Wynn allegedly, as Joe Francis said that Steve Wynn had allegedly said, "I'm going to take a shovel and hit you in the back of the head and bury you in the desert." And I posted that on a trial reel, and some guy commented, "This is AI slop."
Love that.
And I'm like,
I
what does
love
that even mean? And
Bring
then he's like,
the negativity.
And then he's like, exactly. Or so I'm like, what? And so I was like, thank you. Like, I mean, I guess that's a compliment. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
Maybe your voice sounded like one of the AI voice models. That
Where
they
it's like,
have.
You guys have, we call it autism.
that's what I said.
You know I'm gonna put something fucked up right there, right?
Perfect. Excellent.
We don't like Macedonians. I know them. They're terrible people.
You know what? On second thought, if you or someone knows like the ambassador to Macedonia, we are happy to accept a trip to go and see it for ourselves. All 3 of us are happy to go, +1 for each of us. Thank you.
I'll take them
For
up
your
on that.
consideration.
Yeah. The 3 of us will go with our +1s. It will be great, and we'll report back and tell you how much Macedonia.
If we don't like it, we'll
amazing.
just go across the water and have spaghetti. It'll be fine. Either with sauce or gravy. We'll figure it out.
Have you heard this about
The gravy, the
sauce or
Italians calling
gravy?
it gravy.
Yeah. Nona.
Yeah, no, I call her my grandma, but yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. Did she call it gravy or not? I think it depends on like how thick it is, maybe.
No.
No?
It's so okay. My friend that's Italian, like dad was born in Italy. She's like, it's sauce. It's every day. It's sauce. Her philosophy is it's an East Coast thing. So it's East Coast Italians that are trying to make sauce something different than what it is, like make it a little more exotic. So they're calling it gravy.
Gravy sounds a lot less exotic than sauce.
That's fair.
She also said though, this is funny because she was like, there's also all these like East Coast Italian terms that are like, they're not. Like I have to look it up, but she had a couple words like these are not real things. These are things that the East Coast Italians made up to like, make it like a thing. You know what I mean? So yeah.
The gabagool.
Yeah, something like that. I have to remember. I'm sorry, I don't have it. I can look it up right now, but yeah, sorry, I feel bad. Like, let me look it up. I'll look it up right now. So she was just like, all these things are fake and it's not real. She goes to Italy all the time. Like she goes for like a month every year, pretty much. So, let's see if I can find it really quick. Oh yeah. She's like, also no one in Italy says half these nonsense words you hear from Italian Americans in New York, i.e. gabagool. Not a thing. And she goes, Maz, not a thing. She's like, I could go on, but you get the drift. Also, I was in Rome for about a week. It was a legit 100 degrees, and you can spot a local versus a tourist from a mile away. The local is in a full suit, jacket, and button-up shirt despite the weather. Tourists are dying in a tank top. That was her reporting to me. So
Rome is pretty hot. I've been over there.
Yeah,
that's
for
in
sure.
the summer.
Does it get hotter than here?
And they don't have air conditioning.
Yeah, they don't have and it's all like cobblestone roads and stuff, and like packed with people, so it just like amplifies.
It is
the heat.
2026, and these people ain't got air conditioning.
No, like all over Europe. That's
Yeah.
this summer. There was a huge heat wave. Like a bunch of people die every year over there because like the heat waves, and they don't have AC.
And they don't think maybe they should spend a little government money to fix that.
No,
What the
it's,
fuck?
it's actually no. It's actually because they don't. My understanding is that they don't want the air conditioning units hanging out of the windows because it would be unattractive. Whereas Americans are like, you know what? We don't care to be tacky.
Mine's
we'll
in
be
my
tacky,
backyard. I
but
don't
we'll be
understand.
cool. Well, no, I mean we're talking like you're talking about buildings that are like hundreds of years old.
Oh yeah, they won't have
thousands.
central. They don't have central air,
Doesn't
let
mean you
alone
can't
like a
install
window
it.
unit.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe thousands would be wrong. Thousands of years probably wrong, but hundreds of years old buildings. So they don't have the ducting system to do this central air, and then they have to do like window units. But then window units isn't attractive, right? Like if you look at a building that's this beautiful architecture, and there's just like a janky window unit hanging out of it.
I don't know. There are buildings in Virginia from like the Civil War era that have air conditioning, so I don't know what the fuck their excuse is.
Well, they probably had to go back in and like
Yeah, that's what I'm
do
saying.
duct
Yeah,
work,
that's
yeah.
a possibility. They could do that.
I don't know.
Well, also it hasn't been as hot over there up until like recently, so they hadn't really needed it until.
Well,
That damn global warming.
No, I mean, I will say, I went to London like 25 years ago, and they had a heat wave there that they hadn't seen for like another 20 years, and they had no air conditioning there, and it was miserable. It was
Yeah, that sounds
absolutely. And they're
awful.
like, just open the windows. It's like no.
Yeah.
Let more hot air.
Yeah,
in.
like that sounds awful. And
My
then, like, the
AC
bugs
was
and-
down for like 3 days, and I didn't even want to be in my house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible. My
Damn,
girlfriend
right.
just moved out of her apartment a few weeks ago because there was no AC, and now
Oh,
she's
hell
got it
no.
set at 72 at this new apartment.
I
and
keep
she-
mine at 69.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
that's
year
freezing,
round.
dude.
Year round, it's 69, 70
Really?
in my house. Yeah.
That is cool, dude. I said
most.
I just this morning I bumped it up to 75 while she was still asleep. But
Oh, we would have fist fought.
69, that's crazy.
Yeah, we would have threw hands, dog.
69
75.
is so cool.
Yeah, we're
Dude,
fighting.
I'm still living at home with my parents. My mom keeps it at 79 in the house
Oof.
and then turns it off before night because she doesn't want it blowing on you at night.
Absolutely
It gets
the
like
fuck
83 at night.
No,
once
sir.
that's off.
When mine was out, dude, it was like 89, 90 in my
Jeez.
fucking house for
All right,
like
well, that's
3
too hot.
days.
I couldn't do
dude.
that.
Yeah, I didn't want to be
sleep
there.
like that.
No, I want it to be ice cold, and I want to be covered to
Yeah,
here.
that's
what I'm
on
saying.
ice
You guys-
I
on
wanna
my
freeze.
face. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
love
don't like
it.
that.
I want to fucking
Love it.
freeze.
I'd rather be 80 than 70.
See, I feel like I wake up, I can't breathe. I'm like, like, cause it's my sinuses like close up. I feel like when it's warm. So
Yeah, I
need
can't get
to-
comfortable when it's hot.
No, but
That's
anyways,
fair.
yeah. So what have you got for us this week, Tonio? Tell us
Ooh,
everything.
I'm gonna flip the script on you today.
Oh,
Do you need $10 million?
of course, yes. Who doesn't?
Yeah. Do you need
I'd
10
love 10
million?
million. I'd
Everybody
love
could
5.
fucking pretty much everybody could use $10 million. All you gotta do,
There's a caveat.
all you gotta do is find 2 guys that they've been looking for since 1990.
Okay.
So these 2 guys dressed up in police uniforms and went to what's the name of that shit? The Isabella Stewart Gardiner Museum. I think it's in Boston.
Oh, is it Boston? Yeah.
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 And so they went under the guise of someone called in about a disturbance here. And then they walked in. It says they overpowered the guards. I feel like, I know nobody gets hurt, but like they probably beat them up
Yeah.
and like tied them up and shit. And then they were in there for a little over an hour. So it was like an hour and 20 minutes. And they stole $500 million worth of art.
Whoa.
And I don't know any of these artists, so I'm gonna look real quick. Degas, Degas,
Okay.
sketches.
Okay.
I have no idea who that is. Rembrandt,
Yes.
don't know who that is either. Vermeer.
Yes.
That's familiar.
So they stole a Vermeer painting, which was only one of only 36
Oh wow.
in existence. So yeah, they broke in there and they stole $500 million worth of various art items and got away with it.
Do they think it was like an inside job?
They don't know. They have no idea. There wasn't much information I could find because like they got away so fucking clean.
Yeah, there's actually a documentary on this.
Is there?
Yeah, on Netflix. I want to say.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, I watched it. It's been a long time since I watched it, but I think there was one idea that it could have been inside information.
I could see that.
Out. Yeah. And I think if I remember correctly, I'm probably not, but it was, I think like the alarm system, there was something with like how the alarm system worked. And I think it was like off that night or something like that. Like there was a whole bunch of different weird things that I think happened.
A bunch of happenstances.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember 100%, but it's been a minute since.
I'm going to have to look that. I couldn't find much information outside of like the FBI website. So,
and they were never caught
to this day, bro.
So how many paintings was it exactly that they got?
I think it was like 13. Let me double check.
Because that, you think about it, that takes some coordination, right? Because you.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to be. There's just two of them. I mean, you can't. And I'm assuming some of the sketches or the paintings are large, so like to be able to carry them out, like that's not going to be like a 10-minute situation.
Right. It's not like a snatch and grab, like where you smash the glass at a jewelry store and just take everything. It could, like you have to be super delicate.
Right.
Which I assume is why it took them fucking an hour and 20 minutes. It was 13 works of art worth fucking upwards of $500 million. That's fucking crazy.
Wow.
And they're only offering $10 million to catch them.
Well, here's another question. Do they so clearly the art has never been circulated after the fact? Like, you know what I mean? Like it must have been
not commercially or legally, maybe like underground in the
Private
black market, I would
collectors.
assume.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I can't envision just like your average everyday collector breaking into a fucking museum, you know, just to have shit in his collection.
Right.
So I assume that now, okay, let's say you're gonna do this heist.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
How would you would you already have someone where you knew you could sell it, or would you just fucking do it and hope for the best?
No, I think that in this scenario, you probably already have someone in
a buyer,
mind.
right?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
For sure. Something that I would have at least like mentioned to somebody, but like I'm not gonna go risk fucking $500 million. You're gonna go to jail for a long time.
Yeah.
Especially because we know you didn't pay them taxes.
Yeah.
We know you didn't pay them taxes. So I feel like I would have to have everything, like almost like not necessarily cash in hand, but like I need to see the money before I, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bust out the stuff.
Well, how do you even? I mean, I guess it's just some super rich guy that's going to keep that.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh? Because I was gonna say because you can't even once it's stolen, like you can't. How do you even verify that that's like the
legit?
Real?
Yeah. That's a good question. Do you have any thoughts on how you might verify that?
Yeah. So there's usually like there's a signature that so there's multiple things that people can use to verify these paintings. They check on. It's actually crazy like how many things that there are. So not only do they check the signature, but then they will also check like the frame to see what the frame is, like to see like what the material is.
They left the frames.
Okay. Well, then they will also check. So they cut him out.
I don't know. It doesn't say if they cut them out,
They must
but
have
it
cut
does
'em
say. Now I don't. Maybe they didn't leave the frames, and afterwards they hung frames. But where the pieces were stolen from, there's just empty frames there now.
So they'll also test like the canvas that it's on. So like they'll know like, okay, if this particular this artwork was done like, let's say in 1880. Well, in 1880 they weren't using this particular type of canvas. They were using a different kind of canvas. So that will be one fact check on it. I know another thing that they've done for our artists is that like they'll check the paint quality, and so like they'll like take a fleck of paint and then they'll do the chemistry on it to figure out like what it is. And if it has lead in it, then they know that that is this period of time that there was lead in the paint, because then they stopped putting lead in the paint. Yeah. Okay. So there's that as well. They'll also like if it's like an unknown art. So like in this instance, it's in a museum, but if this was like maybe someone that was trying to say, oh, I found this Picasso in my grandmother's attic, they'll look at it and they'll try to figure out if it correlates with the period in which the date of the signature, because like on the back, well, like sometimes people put like the signature and the date, and they'll be like, okay, well, this is his, blue period piece. Looks like it correlates with the blue period piece, but the date doesn't match the blue period. So then they have to maybe do like some deductive reasoning. Like, does this mean that was like he was crossing over to the next, phase, or was this, leftover? So there's a lot of, I believe there's a lot of factors that go into it. Yeah.
That seems, I wouldn't want to buy something that's like, I mean, I guess if you got millions of dollars, it doesn't really, but like something you're like, oh, it's probably his painting, but like maybe it's not, we're kind of sure, and like you're paying $5 million for this.
I feel like as a collector at that level, even if you're buying shit underground, you have somebody that can come in and be like, yeah, this is legit.
So I have a hot take.
Hit me.
I think a lot of the art world, sorry, I feel like this is going to be real aggressive.
Money laundering?
Money laundering.
Yes, dude, I know it fucking is.
Yeah.
I know it is. There's no way you're going to tell me that a fucking picture of a banana is worth $10 million. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well,
Get the fuck out of here.
I will have to say, like, I don't want to be political, but I do have to say, one of the most genius things Hunter Biden ever did was create paintings, because he created paintings and he was selling them for like $1 million. And it seems legit.
I'm
sure.
stopping at Michael's on the way home.
No, but his was like, in my opinion, was to gain access to other, like, his dad is the president, right? So like, it seems like, I mean, don't get me wrong, all the different children of all the different political figures, they figure out different schemes and scams to run, I'm sure. But like, I'm just saying, this to me was one of the most geniuses. It's like, what? My artwork's worth $500,000? Of course it is. Like, it's great. And it's like, but to me, it's saying like, oh, I'm giving you this $500,000 so I can be friends with you, or I can meet your dad, or maybe like I can get you to consult on something for me. That's my own opinion. I'm sorry, but and I'm sure the Trump kids do something similar. I'm sure that George Bush's kids did something similar. I mean, I'm sure they all do something similar. But I'm just saying, I thought that this was like,
they're all criminals.
I mean, all of them allegedly, but
they're all criminals.
Yeah.
There's so much insider trading and just everything that goes on once you become a high-ranking politician. I mean, that's like a form of lobbying almost. Here's $500,000 for this painting that sucks, and like, can you, whatever, ease up on oil restrictions, or I don't know.
Yeah. I will say something funny. Tim Dillon, the comedian, he was saying, I think it was him that was saying like Lindsey Graham, he just died and he didn't have very much money in comparison to like other people in the Senate. And they're like, so he was doing it just for the love of the game.
They do. I'm telling you, they do it for the love, bro.
No, like that he was getting us in wars and whatnot. Like his interest in the war machine was like for the love of the game. It wasn't for his own
He just wanted to win.
To keep that machine turning.
So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was a funny take. So, but
what you got going on in comedy coming up?
What do I have? I'm performing in a Mad Denny's in like a week. I think that this will come out after that. I got Croatia in 2 weeks, and so I might actually do some comedy out there. I might be able to jump on a show or two from one of the cities I'm at. And then I didn't really like plan anything for this time because I knew I'd be on vacation and stuff. So after that, I'm kind of pretty wide open. But I hit up Mike's. I got my show in Portland in September.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's a ways away, but I'm trying to set up a couple other ones. I just heard back from Dallas and what other city? Detroit.
Oh.
I hit up a bunch of venues. But it's like the door deals aren't that great. And I'd have to pull like 81 people in Detroit just to make it worth it, which like I could, but that's just to break even.
Yeah.
So it's like,
shit, I can't pull 8, so you're doing fucking great, dude.
Well, that's just, I got the Croatian angle, and they got a big community out there.
That's fair.
And Dallas is a smaller community. So
you
that's
deserve
also
it though,
not
dude.
worth
You're
it.
fucking hilarious.
Well, actually, Dallas is a really big community because there's actually a miniature Croatia there.
I just heard about that in McKinney, which I guess is near Dallas. Yeah, it's like Supetar is the name of the city on an island in Croatia, and I don't know how big. Have you been?
No, but I saw it. Yeah, I saw it on pictures.
Yeah, I'm not sure how big this city is that they built, but they built it to look exactly like the city, to match this one city on an island in Croatia, like the same, bricks, old stones, and
That's
like,
crazy.
I think it's like a wedding venue place too and
I think
stuff.
so,
So I did want to check that out if that Dallas show happens.
What's crazy about Texas is it's so big that they can build like replicas of other countries within, because there's actually
That's wild.
Fredericksburg, which is basically like little Germany from what I've heard. So like,
really?
yeah, Fredericksburg, I believe, is outside of Austin. So yeah. But I mean, we have Solvang, which is Little Denmark, basically. So, but,
That's true, yeah. That'd be funny. But yeah, I guess if you're from somewhere you've never been to that and
Yeah.
you go to it for the first time. I just laugh. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. I've been a few times, when you road trip. Yeah.
Okay, so my other big portion is Danish. So my dad is Danish, and I went there first before I got to go to Denmark. I've never been to Croatia, but I've been to Denmark, and but it's interesting because they have these things called abelskivers. They're these little delicious pancake balls. So they have these like little like a cast iron that you use, and then you have these spheres, and then you pour basically like a similar pancake batter in them, and then you make them into a ball. So they're these, and then you put like jams and powdered sugar on it. It's so
That sounds
good.
fire.
They're so good. Yeah,
Sounds
and they
really
sell
good.
they sell them in Solvang. They're called abelskivers. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
You think other countries have like the little Americas in them? Like, it's like a bit Burger King and McDonald's.
I've heard that Japan has like a country bar, so I feel
yeah.
country bars
country.
are probably like that's probably like Americana, you know.
Or you think other countries go out for American, like we go out for Chinese or,
Yeah, they
or
have
Indian?
Yeah.
McDonald's and
yeah.
KFC everywhere.
Yeah, I guess
so.
fast food.
What an
that's
awful
the-
fucking representation, dude. Here, have the worst foods in America.
That's true, yeah.
I don't know. McDonald's hamburger's not that bad.
Disgusting.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
I mean,
their
it's not
fries are
great.
good. They
Yeah,
got
the
the
fries
best
are good.
fries on the market, hands down. I got to give them that.
Are you an In-N-Out guy then? You probably hate In-N-Out
Yeah,
fries.
I love
You
In-N-Out,
love
but
In-N-Out?
their
Okay.
fucking fries are trash.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what people
All right, yeah.
say. But
All right. Well, on that note, we started with Croatian food. We're ending on American food. Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. It makes us know that you like what's going on here, and leave us a comment. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you,
thanks
sir.
for having me, guys.
See you
Hell
guys
yeah.
next week.
Peace.